The beauty scientists, Dr. Kristy Hamilton and Dr. Kim. Real beauty without the hype.
Now, of course, there's a controversial topic, but it's related to actual breast implant removal, and that's BII, breast implant illness. We're actually going to do a separate episode on this, but care to make a comment on removal of implants and BII?
Yes. So we know that you do not need to remove the whole capsule around the implant. So that's something that's really important. That can be really, really, really disfiguring if patients don't need it, especially if they have thin tissues. So I would be wary of someone suggesting that you need to do that unless you have a really thick, really calcified capsule that's causing an aesthetic issue. So breast implant illness, it's not a medical condition, but it is a descriptor of a constellation of symptoms: fatigue, malaise, brain fog, other symptoms that that don't have a foundation in anything measurable as of this moment. But it is something that the FDA wants women in the United States to know that exists, that there is a community of women that feel like after they got implants, they develop these symptoms. And so as of this moment, and we'll get into the science and the data behind it, what I tell patients when they come in, I have not had one of my patients that I put implants in come into me with these symptoms, but I've seen a second opinion, other women who've had them placed elsewhere. And what I tell them is what I would tell one of my own patients: you do not need to have breast implants. And so if you feel like your breast implants are not serving you anymore, you can absolutely remove them and go through any one of these options that we talked about, so you still have a beautiful aesthetic outcome, just something that's a little different than what they had with implants.
Yeah, very well said. And yes, we'll be talking with more data, more studies about this in a completely different episode. But there you have it in terms of removal. Remove them, but you don't have to get rid of the entire covering, the capsule, if you will, around that implant.
I completely agree.
Thank you for joining us on The Beauty Scientists. Be sure to visit thebeautyscientists.com and learn more about modern beauty and connect with Dr. Hamilton and Dr. Kim.